This is about my comic that I want to do. Hello my friend, and welcome to Jimmy Dragon Studios. A few videos back I did my plans for the year 2024. In that video, I suggested that I wanted to do a project this year, but I wasn't too sure about releasing the plans for that project. Well, today, I want to show you the project that happens to be my comic Romancing Dragon. I filmed this footage that I'm about to show you at the beginning of this year in January. I was going to include this footage in my 2024 plans video, but I decided against that. However, I do want to show this footage I have mentioned in the past. You might say that this video is my intention, that I really want to do this, and this is my announcement that I will do my best to do this project. It's a long time in waiting. Well, anyway, let's get to the video of my comic Romancing Dragon and what I have done thus far. Alright everybody, so one thing I definitely want to be working on this year is this guy right here. This is my comic. This is everything right now that has to do with my comic Romancing Dragon. In here is all of my notes that I made for this. In fact, there is my script that you see right here. So this is the actual script that I have written up thus far for everything that I have done so far. Everything in here, including my chapter 0, which is the prologue, and I even have chapter 1 as well. And as you can see, you even have it storyboarded, both issues storyboarded, and pretty much ready to go. So this is the final script of everything I've done thus far. And I've written this quite a few years ago, but I have never been able to get this off the ground for me because I have been overall intimidated by this project and just didn't want to actually do this. I don't know why, but this year I'm finally going to say enough is enough and just start working on this. But however, getting to this point in time was a long process. Let me tell you, I was also one of these people who got stuck in the world building. In this one, I have basically like notes for every single part of the story that I have written so far for each of the main characters in the story. I mean, that's what this is all right here. So that's for each of the main characters. That's my script. And this are all the notes that I have taken thus far. I mean, I even have scripts for issues. I have up to issue 5 in here already scripted out. Written, actually. So this is not a final yet. These aren't final, but these are what I would like it to be like. So, oh geez. Yeah, that's the one right there. This is my main story arc right here. This is everything that has to do with my Romancing Dragon series. This I need to get hole punched and put in here properly so it doesn't fall out. But that's this book. And let me tell you, this book, it didn't get here. It wasn't like this in the beginning. So that's one book. But in order to get to this, I wrote that. Yeah, this is pretty much what I wrote, I would consider, out of high school. I took all the information from this and compiled it into this. And there's still more information in here that I want to probably go ahead and just pull out of here. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. In fact, there's stuff in here I even forgot about. I mean, for goodness sakes, I've got all the way up to issue 25. Yeah, I got all the way up to issue 25 done on this one here. Scripts too. These are not, I'm not going to keep these, of course. These are more for my own reference, I guess, to go back to when I actually rewrite these. Because number one, I am not a writer. even though this looks like I am, I'm not. Alright, so that's another book. But in order to get to this book, I wrote this one too. Yeah, I was insane. This one is also written too, and oh my gosh, it's just insane how much writing I did. I'm trying to see where there is a stop in all this. But, okay, so there's pages here I didn't do anything with yet. End of issue 44. Oh my gosh. I mean, I wrote at least to issue 44. Okay, 45. That's the last page. Oh my gosh. I've written up to issue 45 on this. And to be honest with you, this too is also, I mean, this was taken from this. And I don't know if the ideas from this, from issue 25 on, because I wrote to here issue 25, and this one all the way up to 45. So from 25 to 45, or basically 26 to 45, this one will be the next one for me to reference from. I mean, like, oh my gosh, it's just insane what I went through. Okay, so I put all those away, but there's another one I want to show you. And there's this big old folder that's definitely well overfilled. This too has ideas I pulled out that were like just ideas that were so old. I mean, there's even ideas in here. Or in this section, I've written other things of Romancing Dragon. As you can see, there you go, Romancing Dragon issue number 1. But these were probably written before I created one of my characters, which was, her name is Ella Linzak. She's the one who you see me drawing every now and then on this channel. And then of course there is even issues where I've written of stories even before I even thought of the name Romancing Dragon. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff that's in these folders. And I also have another one too, by the way. Yeah, this one is another one that I've gone through and created. And yes, here's the page of a comic that I actually did. Black and white and color, because I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. So I was doing some test pages on that one. But yeah, this is also all that thing. And I also went to a class where I actually had somebody kind of read over my issue and gave me pointers and notes. So he gave me pointers and notes on how to write. I actually asked an actual writer on what I can actually do. And so we went through that. And that's where I got some help with my writing. Because my writing, well, I don't know. My writing doesn't really... I'm not very confident in my writing skills. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to show you. The other thing I wanted to show you is this. Now this, oh my gosh, I should zoom out a little bit. Let me adjust the camera real quick. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be showing you is actual comic pages that I've done. I went ahead and readjusted the camera because these are 11 by 17 sheets of paper. They are quite large. I did these years ago. This was one of the original comic covers, which I still plan on using because I'm really happy with this drawing still. I mean, this drawing was done in 2006, and I'm really happy with how this drawing came out in the past. We have other comic pages I've done, so yes, so this is like the first comic. So, and then I pretty much did up to here, and then I stopped. I've done other versions of it, so we have a comic cover for the issue 0 that I'm doing. I might redraw it, to be honest with you. I'm not really happy with certain things about it. I mean, these are comic pages of the time that I tried doing some comic pages, and I've redone it quite a few times, as you can see. That was also a cover that I was planning on using for this particular version right here, which was done in 2004. So, my goodness. Yeah, so this is just comic pages I've done. Pretty heavy with the inks back in the day. Pretty heavy with the inks, as you can see. I might do that as well too. I have no idea. And then we get to the latest try that I tried doing, which was my issue 0 that I've done. So you can see I showed you the smaller version of that. This is the large version that I drew. Kind of happy, and I'm kind of not happy with the front page. I want to do some more work to this. And then we have the second page I made for that. I think I'm also going to redo this too, because it's just... And that's pretty much all I got in this book here. Yeah, I tried tracing some stuff, so... And of course, that's one book that I did. I also have another one. My goodness, yes. So here we have another comic. Oh, yeah, let's move this out of the way so I actually have the... Working on a slanted table, sometimes it's difficult. But yes, we have another. This one I tried being fancy and using an airbrush on back in the day. I actually masked all this out and taped it up and airbrushed all that. I might buy myself an 11 by 17 folder and put this comic in here. But this comic was drawn before I had my character Ella, who is also the main character of the story. And this is back in the day when I was trying to make Lio and my character Sume the main characters. But I went through a few changes, as you can see. But anyway, that's that version. Yes, there's Sume. I was trying making it a little bit more of a wacky thing. And then I have another redone version here that I tried working on. Just so many different pages that I have here. So that was my Romancing Dragon issue 1. And I also got more. My goodness, I got so much more. This is me doing too much world building. What was I thinking at this time? I mean, there were some tries. I even tried doing 3D at one point. That was bad. That was bad. This was kind of way back in the, I don't know, this version. I don't know when I was doing this version, to be honest with you. There's just so much stuff. Just so much stuff. Well, yeah, that was pretty much everything that I have on my Romancing Dragon comic. My goodness. I just had so much stuff, and I just really didn't know. I'd done so much world building, but that's one goal that I want to work on for this new year, is to revamp that and pretty much bring that as a piece online for you all to read. So yeah, so I'm trying to do that. Oh goodness. Well, that was my comic Romancing Dragon. That is a lot of stuff I have done. Yes, it is a lot. But it's time I really put that stuff to use. I want to do this comic. You might say that this video is my intention to finally do the comic. I honestly don't know if I will get to it this year, but I am going to give it a try. I have given it many tries in the past, as you saw. For some reason, this time I feel that it's different. I feel that I want to come out of my hole and actually show the story I have had inside of me since I was a young man. Want to learn a little more of when I was young and drawing? Check out this video right here, and I shall see you with the next video.